I want to hop on this trend that's going on. This is the end of the year coming up, and it's about to be 2023. So, I just want to show off my collection because this is just the beginning. I had more, but rough times means you gotta do rough things. So I had to trade in some guns to get some money, you know. But now I live and learn, and here's my current collection. Starting out with my all-time favorite, the AK-47. This is made in Serbia, and I think, I don't know if you guys are like current subscribers or whatever you guys are, or whoever you are. This is the Zastava M70 Impact, which is like I think your best entry level AK-47 you can get right now. That's like, quote me if I'm wrong, but they said it's almost closest to the Russian AK. And then when I say almost, I'm implying like maybe like 60%, maybe 70%, because I've heard the closest thing you get to an AK in Russia is probably a Chinese AK, and who knows how much they're selling those for right now. So this thing has literally been very reliable, without a doubt. I do have a video where it talks about, a fail video, but that's really just clickbait. Because, I mean, I'm not wrong, so it's not really clickbait. I just need to lube up the gun because the original owner really neglected this thing and did not care for AKs. He was just in it for the money. He literally sold me this AK with a whole bunch of AK magazines and a drum mag and was like, you know what? Here, take it. Take all of it. I don't want it. I hate AKs. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So, yeah, the Zastava Impact M70. If you're trying to get one, I definitely get one now. If you're a big AK person, I mean, those Dracos are pretty good too. I've never shot one, but they look good. They're very reputable. But I just got this because I love AKs, and why not? So AK-47. Second on the deck is my first AR pistol by Radical Firearms. It's a 10.5 barrel length, chambered in 5.56-223 SBA 3 brace. And this thing has literally been with me since day one. I never once thought about selling this thing because, to be honest with you, it's not even worth the buyback. And nobody's willing to pay more than $500 for this. I mean, no one's willing to pay me $500 for this thing. So there's really no point of selling this. And it's very reliable. I've shot steel through this. I've been through 1,000 rounds, not one issue. And the fact that I'm kind of heated about this when I found out, but they're selling these for like $500 now. So I'll get it while you can. But to be honest with you, it's like Palmetto State quality. Not to talk down on them, because Palmetto State is good too. They're reliable, very reliable. But if you're like me, who spends all their money on guns, doesn't make that much, your best bet is to go into this top tier level, which is you're basically investing more of your money on ammo and training. And these guns are very, very, let's just say they're going to be your best friend in that situation. So Radical Firearms, AR pistol, 10.5. And then let's get to our handguns. So off the bat, let me just let this known and clear. I'm not a Glock fanboy. I love every handgun brand, even High Point. Like the fact that I shot a High Point and I was so infatuated by the fact that everybody hates on them, but the High Point pistol is really not that bad. But is it my main priority pistol? No, I'm not buying one of those until I'm financially free, and I just don't care about my finances anymore. So let me just get that clear. I like Glocks, just the fact that the aftermarket is absolutely crazy for these things, and you can customize them however you want to. Me as a person, I believe that every gun owner has every certain has their reasons of why they buy certain parts and certain guns for their personal collection and them as a shooter. So if you're somebody who likes Glocks, I just see you as like a very conservative, open-minded person who likes to fit things on their own perspective when it comes to guns. Like for example, I'm getting off a tangent. Let's just get right to it. So this is my Glock 23 Gen 4. It's got night sights. This is like I had a Gen 5, but I really didn't like it because it had 10 round magazines and I didn't really want a Gen 5. The only Gen 5 gun I want nowadays is like the Glock 45 and the Glock 19X. Like everything else is just kind of the same thing as Glock. And I've mentioned this before. I love the finger grooves. And the Gen 4 just adds a more aggressive texture to it. Gen 3s aren't that bad too, because you can literally like add grip tape to a Gen 3 and it'd be way better in Gen 4. So yeah, Glock 23. This thing has been very reliable. I'm not really a 40 person, but this is like my foot in the door to get into it. And the 19, well, this is like a 19 body, but the Glock 19 was like the most popular pistol. And after I found out that Glock 357s and Glock 40s can convert to 9, you can have a 9mm conversion barrel. It's like there's no point of getting a 9mm Glock 19 if you can get 1 in 40 and 9. So, and these things are rare too. That's why I'm not gonna lie, this is like one of the best guns in my collection. Just the fact that they're very hard to come by and they're very cool to look at. Like that Gen 4 is just iconic to me. It has that, like I said, it has that Glock look. You just know it's a Glock by looking at it. Excuse me. Next up is my Glock 26. This is my everyday carry. Currently right now, I'm doing a lot of stuff to this pistol. This beaver tail came with it. And I'm going to do a lot of stuff to it. Like I'm going to change out some stuff because this gun is very snappy and I haven't shot a lot with it. So I'm probably going to do a lot of like, add a lot of parts to it to manage my recoil and grip. So stay tuned for it. Very reliable, haven't had any issues. Just like, you know how Glock says, Glock perfection. So yeah, Glock 26 Gen 4. And then I got my 17. Most people say that this is like the I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Bad Boys, the Bad Boys movie series. Like they're funny, hilarious movies, but I'm not really like a big fan of it. But apparently I seen this pistol. Will Smith was using this. And I wasn't really like, that's not really the reason why I bought this pistol. I really bought this pistol just because of the aesthetic look. I thought this was like a two-tone silver, but this is like a brown grayish type of color. I don't even know how to describe it, but I got it just because of the slide. And I wanted a 17 for the longest because this is actually my first Glock pistol. This is a Gen 3, which like I said, Gen 3s aren't that bad. And yeah, very reliable, shoots very good. And this is like the #1 Glock pistol and also the first Glock pistol ever made. So Gen 3. And then I got the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 45 2.0. This thing right here was literally just an impulse. Like I really regret I didn't get the Shield +9 instead of this. Not gonna lie to you guys, but I'm gonna get it down the road because the Shield +9 has been very reputable and it's been like just been very good. It seems like everybody just talks good about it. I haven't seen any negative things about it. But the 45 is good too. My only downside with this gun is that 45 loading up the magazines, it's like a pain in the ass. It's literally is. The fact that like I gotta like force like put a lot of force into putting down those bullets, and they're fat bullets, so it takes time and it gets really annoying. Like it's a pest in a way to I literally take this to the range, and like I don't look forward to loading up my ammo, but you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to put that training in. So yeah, 45 ACP M&P Shield 2.0. It's not bad. And then this right here, this little sucker, this thing has literally, like, if it wasn't for me paying $500 for this bad boy, I would have got rid of it a long time ago. This is the Ruger LCP Max Chamberlain 380 ACP. The fact that me as a person, and I know many other gun owners out there, we're capacity whores, and we love capacity, and we love the fact that we can put this in our pockets. That's what makes this stand out the most. I don't know any gun on the market with this capability in Chamberlain 380 or 9. So anybody who's, you know, talk downs on 380, I wouldn't, me personally, I would rather have 15 rounds or 12 rounds of 380 than just have 5 rounds of 9, you know, in this configuration. Just, you know, throw it out there. And this thing, I mean, I have videos which, you know, you can see all those basically like negative comments about, you know, me or the gun, this and that. Look, man, I'm, like I said, bro, I buy all my guns out of my own pocket. I'm no influencer. I'm no gun tuber. I do this shit because I like guns. And I hope one day I can get a gun sponsorship, and that's all I really want. I don't want to get no free guns from people. I'd rather keep buying free guns. I mean, I'd rather keep buying my own guns so that way I can review them and let the next person know, like, hey, you know, this is my experience, this is my review. Because most of these gun tubers aren't going to be straight up with you about how they feel about the gun, or they won't ever actually get like what you're getting. Instead, they'll get a free gun and then talk good about it, which I'm not, you know, I'm not talking back down on them, but it's just how it is. But this is a 380 LCP Max Ruger. I've had issues in the past, but Ruger fixed it for me. They have great customer service. This comes with a built-in night sight, which is a good plus when it comes to this size. And I plan on doing some stuff with this too. It's got some pretty good texture, so without a doubt, this is like one of those guns you can put in your pockets when you don't feel like carrying, like, you know, my Glock 26 or carrying in the holster. Just put this in your pockets and you're good. So yeah, that's my collection. I hope you guys liked it, like what I have and said about my guns.